Our poll on our bold question tonight, will the jury's race in the George Zimmerman case impact the verdict? 67% of you are saying yes. Only 33% of you are saying no. Race, obviously a huge issue here. I'm with John Phillips, great attorney from Florida, and we're going to talk about race and juries and how it impacts verdicts. So what I want to do is go back, way back to this trial. Remember this moment?
Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information.
All right, a lot of people saw that as a racially charged case. Let's take a look at the breakdown of that not guilty jury. How many O.J. Simpson jurors were Asian? 0. How many were Hispanic? 1. How many were white? 2. How many were black? 9. John, do you think race had anything to do with O.J. Simpson being found not guilty?
If the statistics fit, you must acquit. I mean, that was Johnny Cochran's jury. That was his trial. And clearly race had something to do with it.
So you believe that? Okay, fantastic. Well, let's take a look at another case that was very racially charged. It was the beating of Rodney King. You remember this videotape? I think we all remember this videotape. Well, the police officers were initially tried, and after the verdict, despite the videotape, they were found not guilty. So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a look at the makeup of the jury from the Rodney King beating case? Okay? How many of those jurors were Asian? 1. How many were Hispanic? 1. How many were white? 10. How many were black? 0. The officers were found not guilty. Do you think race had anything to do with that verdict?
Again, you had the statistics that justified, you know, the Caucasian sided with the Caucasian. Now, it's not a perfect science. I've had a no. This is statistics. I mean, you can't deny this. But you know, we're 2 for 2.
Yep. All right. So let's do this. Why don't we take a look at the population of Seminole County where this case is being tried? You've got in Seminole County about how many people? About 422,000. Okay. That's a good number, but what does that mean in terms of who actually lives there? Let's take a look at the demographic breakdown of Seminole County where these jurors are coming from. What percent are Asian? About 3%. What percent are Hispanic? 17%. What percent are white? About 78%. What percent are black? About 11%. Now, this isn't exact. It's the Census Bureau, so it doesn't add up to 100%. Don't blame me. But how does this play in this jury selection for this case?
You know, again, you can see it already in jury selection where the state is trying to curry some favor and lean towards some African Americans. And you've even had an African American who watches, conservative channels, and the defense didn't know what to do with him. But you hope to see one to have a jury truly of Trayvon Martin and his family's peers that would.
But when there's only 6, you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. I've tried a case with 5 African American church ladies where my client was African American. Guess what? They hammered me.
Guilty.
It can happen.
So, yeah, sometimes people are open-minded and listen. So the question is, in this case, will race be the determining factor? Let's take it over to Ryan Smith, who's with our jury tonight.
Our potential jury.